get right into it. Growing up, all of us lived inside a childhood ecosystem that quietly shaped how we love, how we argue, how we trust, and how we panic when someone doesn't text back. And we don't notice any of it until we're adults, wondering why a simple good night message can feel like a marriage proposal or a breakup threat. Today, we're breaking down 7 childhood patterns that turn into 7 distinct love styles in adulthood. Some funny, some painful, all very, very real. Number 7. Velcro parenting. Picture this. You're trying to walk into a middle school dance, but your mom is clinging to you like a human backpack. She's not just dropping you off. She's walking in, waving at teachers, introducing herself to your crush's parents, and volunteering for committees you didn't even know existed. This is what psychologists call hyper-involvement. When a parent sticks so close to you that freedom becomes a rumor. And even though it's embarrassing, the real impact comes later. Kids raised in Velcro households often develop something called an anxious attachment style. The translation: when you start dating, you may turn into the emotional version of a lost puppy. Every unanswered text feels like abandonment. Every period at the end of a message looks like a declaration of war. And ironically, your parent wasn't trying to hurt you. They were trying to protect you. But the result was training your brain to believe if they're not glued to me, they're gone. So, as an adult, you love hard, you love fast, and you panic when the other person doesn't match your intensity. It's sweet, until you realize you can't even go to the grocery store without updating someone on your survival status. Number 6. Ghost dad syndrome. On the opposite end of the spectrum, some people grew up with a parent who was physically or emotionally absent. Maybe dad worked too much. Maybe he left. Maybe he was there, but never really there. Psychologists call this parental unavailability, and it often wires kids into avoidant attachment. That's the love style where you say things like feelings, overrated, or labels. You. Meanwhile, deep inside, you're tracking every smile, every moment of connection, every tiny sign that someone may or may not like you. The brain learns early that expecting love is risky, so you become self-sufficient to the point of isolation, and dating becomes a game of emotional tag. You want closeness, but closeness feels dangerous. So you flirt, then withdraw, then ghost, then reappear like a confused boomerang. It's not that you don't care. It's that caring feels like opening a door you once learned to keep locked. Number 5, the parentified prodigy. These are the kids who grew up way too fast. At 9 years old, you were basically running the household, cooking dinner, calming your mum, helping with bills, being the emotional support human for everyone older than you. Instead of being nurtured, you became the nurturer. And psychology calls this parentification. In adulthood, it turns into something called compulsive caregiving. The belief that love, equals responsibility. So now, you enter relationships not as an equal partner, but as a caretaker. You pick partners who need fixing. You manage everything. You swallow your needs because somewhere deep inside, you learned that your feelings come second. You think you're being strong and helpful, but really you're reliving a childhood where the only way to feel secure was to keep everyone else afloat. And that's why, no matter how much your partner loves you, you somehow still feel unseen. You were trained to be useful, not to be emotionally held. Number 4, the funhouse effect. Some kids grew up in homes where everything was a joke. Real problems, turn it into humor. Someone's hurting, make a pun. Your feelings are too heavy, mask it with laughter. These households taught children that vulnerability makes people uncomfortable. So you became the comedian, the diffuser, the one who hides sadness behind sarcasm. Psychologists call this emotional deflection. As an adult, it's charming at first. You're funny, light-hearted, easy, but your partner eventually notices that the jokes come out exactly when you're hurting the most. And because you're always performing, they never get to see the real you. These relationships feel full of laughter, but strangely empty because humor became your armor, not your expression. Number 3, the emotional butler. Growing up, your job wasn't to feel. Your job was to keep the peace. You tiptoed around conflict, served snacks during arguments, tried to make everyone comfortable. You became agreeable to survive, and psychologists call this fawning. As an adult, you transform into the ultimate people pleaser. You say yes to everything. Movies you don't like, foods you don't enjoy, plans you didn't choose. You shrink yourself to fit others' expectations, thinking that's how you earn love. But peace bought through self-sacrifice eventually becomes resentment. And the cruel twist is that when you finally speak up, people get shocked because they thought you genuinely loved all that emotional labor you were doing for years. Number 2, the Cinderella script. This is the childhood where you became the unpaid intern of your own family. You did the chores, managed responsibilities, kept the house running while others cruised. And this wires you for self-sacrificial caregiving. You grow into relationships where you do 90% of the emotional work. You fall for people who need rescuing rather than people who are whole. And when someone treats you well, you squirm because kindness feels unfamiliar. You push away good partners while clinging to the ones who drain you. Not because you want pain, but because your childhood taught you that love is something you earn with exhaustion. And finally, number 1, the secure unicorn. Yes, they exist. Some people really did grow up in consistent, supportive homes where feelings were welcomed and mistakes didn't ruin anything. These people become securely attached adults who communicate well, trust naturally, and don't freak out when someone takes 30 minutes to reply. Their nervous system isn't wired for chaos. They know how to say, "I need you," without fear, and "I need space," without running away. They're the gold standard of emotional balance. But here's the twist you need to hear. Your love style isn't fixed. Just because your childhood shaped you doesn't mean it has to define you forever. Brains rewire, patterns change, people heal. Through therapy, self-awareness, and healthy partners, even the most chaotic attachment style can evolve into something stable. The secure unicorn isn't just born. That version can be built. And if you're listening to this, you're already doing the first step, noticing the script you were handed and choosing to rewrite it. That's all for today. If you want more videos decoding how childhood shapes adulthood, make sure to subscribe. Because here, we don't just talk about love, we understand it from the inside out.